Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check.
All right, so you should hear that soon on the stream.
Mic check.
That's the one test.
Mic check, mic check.
My dad works at Comcast and just a bunch of no.
Mic check, mic check. Trying the mic.
It's working?
Mic check, mic check.
Just turn the speaker off, you mean? And we're
Mic
back.
check, mic check. All right, I think we're back.
It's
okay.
All right, I'll talk to you.
All right, God. All right. I'm getting messages.
We're 15 minutes behind, but we'll rerun. How about that?
Yeah, we're good.
Is that okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We are good, everybody.
So I'm gonna.
Okay.
Let me know
I'm sorry,
when you're
everybody.
ready, Quinton. Mike is.
All right, we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, something that happens when we're doing a experiment is sometimes you get technical difficulties, but I just want to shout out my team behind the scenes, Frank, Cole, and John, that are working so hard to make sure that you have the best experience possible. So you might not have heard anything I said, but my name is Mayor Quinton Law. Welcome, Moorestown. This is the Mayorathon. It's day 2. We are so happy to have you here tonight. I'm joined here by the wonderful team from Inspiring Life Together, and we are here tonight at the Community House, the heart of our community, to have Mayorathon. So you might wonder, why are we doing this? What is this for? This is, as I said, an experiment in accessibility and transparency. We're trying new ways to engage with residents, answer your questions, and give you information. But while we do that, we want to uplift the community leaders, the people that are doing the work here day in and day out that make Moorestown a special place. And of course, we want to raise money for a fantastic cause, Inspiring Life Together. So I thank you for joining us. I thank you for tuning in. I hope that you can hear us now. If you can, at some point, please don't hesitate to drop a question in the chat. I have my iPad here so I can see your questions, and we're gonna get going. So I have a quick update that you probably watched me give you the update for 5 minutes. So just imagine I was saying words, because I'm gonna give you the words again. So a few things to update you on. So we are actually having a meeting at Town Hall right now to discuss the Phase 3 water main construction. So there's a 120-year-old water main that runs under our main street. That should have been replaced before everyone on this panel was born. We are replacing that water main. We finished the Phase 1 of the project, which runs from Kings Highway to Church on Main Street. And we are starting Phase 2, which is on the other side of Main, that runs down Chester Ave all the way to the First Presbyterian Church. Phase 3 is gonna be an interesting one though. However, because it's gonna happen, that's the commercial part of Main Street. So where all the stores are at, every place that we all know and love will be affected. We plan to do the construction at nighttime to limit the effect on businesses, but the meeting tonight is to start talking with the community and business owners about what to expect out of that construction process. That process will be starting this summer of 2026. And the reason why we have to do it in the summer is because we have OLGC and Moorestown Friends School, which sit on Main Street, and we want to alleviate the impact to the school districts during the construction time. So the goal is to finalize that Phase 3 construction throughout the summer of 2026. Just a couple of other updates. You might have seen lately, I talked to folks from all across the state, and they say, Moorestown, that's a dry town, right? And I tell them, nope, we aren't a dry town. We have liquor licenses and restaurants that serve alcohol at our mall. But for the first time in Moorestown history, we've actually expanded where liquor licenses are allowed. Now, distribution liquor licenses are allowed on our Main Street and in Camden Avenue. However, this isn't a liquor store that we're talking about. The way the code is written, we want to bring in something like a De Bruno Brothers, like a market that sells wine and beer. That would be fantastic in the Rite Aid space here on our Main Street. And this is all in an effort to enhance our downtown, to bring better operators. You know, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I would love to see something like a Whole Foods market or a Trader Joe's right here on Main Street. That's gonna bring them, I see some nods over here. If we can get to that point, that's what's making Moorestown a better place. Also, you might have seen at our mall that there's construction. We were talking about the parking lot that was in the mall that's been sitting there for years. And one of my goals as mayor when I came on in January was to get that project started and going again. Due to the uncertainty from the administration in Washington, there was a capital market crisis which caused the construction to halt completely. Thank everyone involved because that construction has started in September and they're planning to finish 375 apartments, 75 of which are affordable in next year in December of 2026 and have folks moving in early 2027. So that is most of my updates for tonight. I want to thank you all for joining us. This is a wonderful, wonderful night. However, we need to get to some conversation. And before we get to that conversation, I want to tell you a little bit about why we're here. We're here to raise money for Inspiring Life Together. So if you're watching tonight, $1, $5, $10 will make the world of a difference for this organization. So please consider donating at the link. My understanding is that there's a link in the bio, right, Frank? We have a link in the bio for you that you can click, and then you can donate at that link. So that is my township update for tonight. If anyone has a question on anything that I said, please add them to the chat. I have my chat here. I'm trying to get this up on my iPad, but it's I think it might not have any juice left. I'll figure it out.
I see Adam Melson saying, yes, great move. So many comments about Main Street being sleepy at 7 p.m. One of many good moves to make it a change for the better.
Well, thank you, Adam.
Try repeating the comment a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So Adam Melson said, yes, 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 great move. So many comments about Main Street being sleepy at 7 p.m. One of the good moves to make the change for the better. Thank you for that, Adam. And as most people don't know, we have not only, most people don't know, not only do we have the liquor licenses that are coming to Main Street, we have the Taco Yoti, the new taco place that opened last week on Main Street. We have the Community House Brewery that we discussed last night, which is opening for a sneak peek this weekend. And we have so many opportunities to make Main Street a better, more walkable, sustainable environment. And as mayor, I know that my colleagues on council are absolutely looking forward to doing that. So thank you, and I appreciate all the work that anyone has done. I know Adam's on our Economic Development Advisory Committee, so he works with businesses, and he works diligently to try to figure out what businesses need for Moorestown. Frank, do we have any other questions?
No, this is great. Thumbs up. Love the availability of Mayorathon, so it's looking good.
Awesome, awesome.
Almost 30 people here, so we chilling.
Awesome.
We're back.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad. Thank you for everyone for sticking in. Like I said, we had some technical difficulties, but we have a fantastic team. So with that being said, should we just get into the conversation?
I don't see why not.
All right. Well, welcome, Spring. And if I could, let's just go down the line and have everybody introduce themselves. So I'm going to give the mic up. Let's see what we got there. There you go.
All right, thank you so much for having us here today. Yes,
Right
I really
to the-
appreciate you having us here today, and we look forward to the conversation.
Absolutely.
So my name is Spring Williams, and I'm the founder of Inspiring Life Together.
Hi, I'm Tessa Haynes. I'm a senior at Moorestown Friends School, and I've been working with Inspiring Life for over 4 years now.
Hi, I'm Alana LaFrance. I'm actually a student at Lenape High School, and I am a student ambassador of Inspiring Life Together.
Hi, I'm Colette Falver, and I am a junior at Moorestown High School, and I've been working as a student ambassador for Inspiring Life for around 3 years now.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you. So before we get started, I mentioned that we're raising money for Inspiring Life Together. I do have a special announcement though. As of last night, we have raised $200 for Inspiring Life Together, after one day. So we are getting closer to our goal of 500. I mean, if we could get that tonight, folks, that would be fantastic. But $5, $10, $50, whatever you can give would be what makes the world of a difference for this organization. However, I got another call last night from someone who is willing. They're a Philadelphia Flyers season ticket holder. So I got a call last night from someone who's a Philadelphia Flyers season ticket holder who wants to donate 2 tickets, 5 rows off the ice, to this effort. So what we've decided to do here at Mayorathon is if you've donated any amount, if you've donated publicly at the link for Mayorathon, you will be entered into a raffle to get these 2 Flyers tickets, 5 seats off the ice, 5 rows off the ice, and it can be to a game of your availability. They're a season ticket holder, so they will work with you to make sure that the game works for you. So please, if you can, donate now. You will be entered into a raffle. Leave your name. We're incredibly grateful, and we hope to see you cheering on the Flyers. So please let your friends know. I know you might have some of your friends watching. If there's any ice hockey fans, please make sure that you donate to be entered into our raffle. So without further ado, let's get started. So Spring, thank you for being here. I think the first question is the easiest. Maybe not, but what inspired you to start Inspiring Life Together?
Yes, thank you. So there's a quote that I love. Be strong, you never know who you're inspiring, right? So back in 2019, that's exactly what I had to do. I had to be strong when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was diagnosed at a time where I was the most fit in my life. I was a teacher, teaching 7th grade at William Allen Middle School right here in town, and a fitness instructor. I was actually preparing for a fitness competition.
Really?
I was going to enter into a bodybuilding competition.
Bodybuilding?
Bodybuilding competition.
Oh, okay. Did you girls know that? Okay. That's amazing.
Yep. So I felt a lump, and I said, "Oh, it must be because of something that I did. I'm in shape. I eat well. I exercise every day." But it wasn't. It was cancer. So once I discovered that I was holding cancer in my body, I remember feeling embarrassed, which might seem a little odd, but I felt embarrassed because I was the one that was encouraging other people to eat well and exercise, and here I had to go before so many people and share the news that I had cancer. But it was amazing how the community came and supported me. From the school district of Moorestown to family and friends and my community at the gym where I still currently teach. And people wrapped my family and I with so much love, and we didn't have a need for anything. There was always cooked meals on the table, cards on the mantle, flowers. I didn't have to go holiday shopping or back to school shopping. So all of these things inspired us to start the organization so that we would be able to give back the same way people gave to me and my family.
That's awesome. And sorry, I forgot I didn't have a mic. So talk a little bit more about how the community came around you, because what I've found is that is a unique, there's great communities everywhere. But one thing about Moorestown is I've seen time and time again when the rubber meets the road and something happens to a member of our community or an organization or a business, the community has responded. So can you tell us just a little bit more about how the community of Moorestown supported you?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember I had a student that year in class, and both her mother and her mother's twin sister had been diagnosed with breast cancer at the same time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the students were doing an assignment on isotopes. And I actually used that lesson to let the students know that I was diagnosed with breast cancer, because there's different isotopes that are used in the imaging machines. And when I shared that news with the students, the one student who had the mother and the aunt who was diagnosed came in with this huge bag of items, and it had everything that I needed that I didn't know that I needed for chemo, surgery, and radiation. And then a couple of days later, my students were acting really suspicious. And the principal called me into the office, and when I went back out, all the students were lining the hallways, and they gave me a clap out because I was not going to be able to finish the school year.
Wow.
Yep. So my colleagues, they would call me and check up on me and send items in the mail, and parents would reach out to me. There was a community member, and she had like a massage studio, and she would let me come over, and she would give me free massages.
Wow.
So that I can be relieved of the pain that I had from chemo. So I was able to experience so much, and our community is amazing. I know that even at the different school buildings, they'll do things when there's families that have needs that need to be met, and even colleagues from peer to peer. So this is Moorestown.
Yep, absolutely. So can you talk about some of the services that Inspiring Life Together provides and how those help women that are navigating the challenges of treatment when they're diagnosed with breast cancer?
Absolutely. So one of the things that happens after a diagnosis is the nurse navigator will sit down with you, and they give you a list of different items. And some of the items are expensive, and then there's also items that don't make it to the list because they don't know what survivors or women that are going or entering into treatment need. So from my own experience, from what I had, those are the things that we give. So we give baskets with items to support for chemo, radiation, and surgery. The cards that I always had on the mantle, we have card writers on our team, and they'll send cards out to the families and also to the children as well. We have activities that we do together because it feels at times that the world is moving and you can easily just be stuck inside. So we want to pull them out, and we have our app and we'll go on our app and communicate with each other there as well. When the weather starts getting cold, many women are not able to work, so we help when there's emergencies among our community and the families need some assistance with utility bills. We help with summer camps. I was helped with summer camp as well. People donated so that I can send my kids away for the whole summer.
Wow.
To Liberty Lakes.
Well,
fantastic camp.
I'm sure. Hold on one second. So I'm sure that I feel like, I work for the American Cancer Society, so I see this in my day job often. But I feel like most people underestimate the just need for some of those basic support items, and I really appreciate how, from your perspective, you had someone that kind of gave you everything you need. And it seems like you're taking that same model and giving it to people in the community. And are the moms that you help, I'm assuming that most of them are from South Jersey, but are some of them from Moorestown as well?
Yeah. Yes, we do have mothers from Moorestown. We actually just had an applicant a couple of days ago from Moorestown, and she has young children, so we're going to wrap our arms around her as well. But we do serve women in South Jersey, Camden County, Burlington County, and Gloucester County, because we want to be able to get to them. It's nothing like having a real hug and real conversation in the same space with someone.
Absolutely. And speaking of Moorestown residents, we both have a connection to someone who I think is very special in both of our hearts, Angelina Carrione. She was a member of your organization, but she was also a fierce advocate here in our community. And she was also someone, when I first ran for council in 2021, I was 23 years old, begging for people to give me an opportunity to talk to their neighbors. And she was someone that said, welcomed me in her home, said, you can do a meet and greet here, and we would love to have you. And she was also a fierce advocate for traffic safety. We have a traffic safety committee because of Angelina. And it was her advocacy that got a speed bump on 2nd Street, which was one of the most problematic areas for speeding in our community. Could you tell us a little bit about your connection to Angelina and her legacy at Inspiring Life Together?
Yes, Angelina. We love our Angelina. Yes. So our ambassadors also had an opportunity to meet her, and she left a lasting impression on everyone that she's ever come in contact with. When you say fierce, Angelina was fierce. If she wanted something, it would be done. She was very intentional about everything. Her words were not wasted. Her time was not wasted. Her energy was not wasted. And when she applied, she's an angel. She was like an angel. I learned so much from her. The love that she had for so many people, and she loved to connect people too. It just made her day when she was able to just send texts and emails out connecting people, because she was able to truly see the potential in others that they may not have seen in themselves.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you know, that speed bump, it's like, that's Angelina's speed bump. I remember sitting on her porch and she said, "Did you see that speed bump?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "I fought for that speed bump." And it's like now, whenever someone tries to fly down that street, it's like Angelina sticks out her leg and says, you better slow down.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that sounds like Angelina. And I remember her as a fierce advocate, and I'm so glad to know that her legacy will live on through your organization.
And I do want to mention. Yeah. So Angelina said to me, "Spring, I want you to always remember that your organization is one of the only organizations that supports mothers and their children."
Wow.
And she said, "I want you to hold on to that."
That's awesome.
Yep. So whenever I think about going in a different direction, because with organizations you can see things and it can cause you to derail, but those words remain in my mind, that to stick to serving mothers and their children.
Yep.
And she had a heart for children, right? She was an educator.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. And I it's always community first. And mission focused and I find that the nonprofits that operate in that fashion are often the most successful. So last question before we bring in our student ambassadors. Spring, could you tell us about your website highlights? And if you haven't had a chance to check out the Inspiring Life Together website, just want to say it is fantastic. Your website highlights your Pink at Night Gala, which I will be at this year. I'm incredibly excited. So it's happening, I meant to say this year, next year. So tell us about it, and what role does this event play in raising awareness and strengthening your community support systems?
We had our first Pink at Night biennial gala in 2024. We do it every other year because it is a large undertaking, especially when you're talking about people who are volunteer based and have other full-time jobs that pay the bills. So during the event, we welcome and honor some women that we've supported at least for over a year. And one of the other things that we love is bringing in community members that have played very instrumental roles into the work that we're able to do. So we honor those people as well. And we also are very honored to have medical professionals that come and join us at our events. They're some of our very own oncologists and radiologists. Dr. Grana, who is a very big name in the breast cancer community. She's my oncologist, and she's also the director of oncology at MD Anderson. You may also know of Robin Roth. The Booby Doc is what she is very affectionately known as, a very big advocate. And our very own Dr. Trina Peretta, she's been there with me since day one, even before starting Inspiring Life Together. She said, let's go meet at the park. And, and she took me and we did a whole walk around the park, and she's been there ever since. So they're going to be sitting there at the tables with the people, networking, and available for you to ask any questions. So that education is there, and we're just celebrating. We're celebrating life. We're celebrating the lives of women that may have gone before us, but we are celebrating each other, community, and how we are able to encourage and uplift and inspire one another.
Well, thank you. That is so fantastic, Spring, and I'm so proud to raise money in this effort for the organization. I couldn't think of a better organization to help out, and I know we were discussing this back in like September, for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but I think it's almost even more important that we're doing it not in Breast Cancer Awareness Month, because it shouldn't only be October that we're talking about these issues, right? And your work certainly doesn't stop after October ends. So I'm so happy that we could be here, and I'm so happy that we have our 3 student ambassadors here with us tonight. So we have 26 people watching. I just want to...
One good question. Zara Law says, how can I volunteer?
Oh, Zara Law. So Zara Law is my sister, if you didn't know. And I just want to shout her out because she's 8. She loves YouTube. She loves streamers. And she was really, really excited about this opportunity to just watch her brother meet people in the community. So thank you for watching, Zara. You can get involved by going to Inspiring Life Together's website. Are there any other ways that people that are listening can get involved?
Yes, also Tessa and Philip can speak.
Yes, so we have craft days where we work together with the community, especially younger kids, and we make crafts, cards, bookmarks, etc. for our community to give to the mothers. And I think that that's really important. We have on the Moorestown Library page, there are a couple dates that showcase when we're meeting, and that's kind of how we share our love for the mothers with the community. And then I think we have one more coming up in 2026. And then that's it for this year, but next year I'm sure we'll pick it up again.
And then,
kids can be a part of this effort.
yes. And we also have the Pathfinder series where you can come and we talk to a panel of doctors, and we ask questions, and it's a great way for people in the community to bring awareness to the breast cancer issue.
I recently started at Inspiring Life Together, and the project I've been working on is a volunteer activity that I've been doing with my school, Lenape, and Jack and Jill, South Jersey chapter. And I've been able to organize something where we've been able to make cards or cards of encouragement for cancer patients at Dr. Trina Peretta's office. And I packed envelopes, so I've had to put 3 little pieces of paper into an envelope, and instructions and stickers, and Mr. Spring provided me with everything, and I just had to pack it all. But I was able to give that to people who responded on my Google form, and I actually received my first envelope back today, and we're going to string them together, the cards of encouragement. We're going to string them together, and we're going to put them up in a banner at Dr. Trina Peretta's office. So there's things like that where you can get involved too.
Awesome. So why don't we just go down the line here, and why don't you tell the community about why'd you start volunteering with Inspiring Life Together? How did you get into it?
So I'll go first. I believe it was the very first student craft day that they held. My 8th grade science teacher, Mrs. Tina Corsi, And she walked up to me and a couple students and was like, hey, would anyone like to volunteer? There's something happening on Saturday. And I looked at my friend and we looked back at each other and we're like, we got nothing better to do. And it started with just like a simple, oh, okay, we can do crafts together. This is fun. And then from that point, I think I realized that these crafts actually meant something to people. And once I was able to grasp that, I think it kind of evolved from there. That summer, we got more involved. We realized, oh my God, we can do so much with this. There's so much opportunity, so much space to grow. And I genuinely think that I've stuck with it because it means so much to me. I know that what you do with this organization is so important. And like out of all of, I know that there's hundreds of organizations, much like the one you run, but the one that I feel like I've stuck with it because it means so much to me. It's helped me grow as a person, and I'm so grateful that like I've had this opportunity at all to like be a part of this, and the fact I've stuck with it is just, you know, Miss Williams.
Oh. Well, hold on one second. That was truly beautiful. I just want to say, and when you see that somebody cares about something and passion is exuding from you. So the fact that you're following your heart and doing something you're passionate about, I mean, it's clear to me, and I just met you 30 minutes ago, but I really highly recommend, from my experience, to continue to follow that passion and do the things that make you feel fulfilled and make you feel like you're making a difference, because you certainly are with this organization. I see a tear here. But one thing I do want to say is we actually had someone say, Steve Cindy, he said, just donated $55 to honor my wife, Cindy Papatera, who went through breast cancer treatment 10 years ago. Cindy and I really appreciate you, Quinton, supporting their work. Steve Papatera. So, and I do want to give just a live count to where we're at, because I feel like people really have felt inspired by what you're doing. And so far, we are at $375 right now. So we've raised $175 since we started this stream 45 minutes ago. And, you know, y'all, we might, I mean, if you're watching this and you want us to reach 500 on this stream, please, I highly encourage you, $5, $10, $20 can make the difference for this organization. And if you donate any amount publicly, you will be entered into a raffle to win Flyers tickets 5 rows off the ice of a game of your choice. So please donate so we can support the great work that Inspiring Life Together is doing. So let's get back to the questions. How did you get into it? And why do you work with Inspiring Life Together?
As I mentioned before, I got into it very recently. I started about 2 weeks ago, but I am in it because I truly love helping people. It's something that I just really enjoy, and it's like a passion of mine that I want to pursue like in my life. I want to be a doctor, and I just really love helping people because like you get to make like such a difference in their lives, and I know that's what Miss Spring does. And so my mom and Miss Spring, they joined Jack and Jill at the same time. Yes, they joined Jack and Jill at the same time, and my mom told me about Miss Spring's organization, and I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I want to be a part of that. So I applied over the summer, and Miss Spring contacted me around 2 weeks ago, and that's how I got involved. And I've already mentioned I've already started with like volunteer activities and volunteer work, and it's been really great so far. I really love it.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I just want to say that we're really happy to have Alana, and it's so great to have another school a part of our Inspiring Life Together family. I started Inspiring Life when I was a freshman. I had Miss Williams for biology, and I remember there was like a craft day, and Miss Williams was like trying to get us all to come, and no one was going, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll go. Like I'll see what it's about. So, and I remember meeting Tessa and Ella and a bunch of other girls from Inspiring Life, and I realized like how much impact it brings, and since then I've felt very inspired by the organization, and I've continued to work and be a student ambassador.
I think it's worth them saying how many hours they've actually volunteered.
Okay.
Yep. So we
Wait, like a week or in total?
in total. Do you want to give in total an estimate? Okay. Yeah.
All right. So, is it the same, roughly the same between the three of you?
I think Tessa's is like a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say 300 hours.
Right now, I'm clocking in at about 270 total. I think I've been a lot more on it recently, but like a couple, like it's probably around 300. I started logging my like sophomore year pretty much. So everything before that, I was just kind of like, does that count? I don't know. I spent 2 hours on it, but I'll clock it as an hour because I don't want to be dishonest. And it's like, all right, it does not matter that much. I don't know why I put so much thought into it. But also it's just, it doesn't even feel like that much because you spread it out through a couple of years and it's like, okay, it's not bad at all. So, and obviously I'm just like, I keep putting hours into it. I'll get texts from Spring being like, hey, we need something done. Would you like to do it? I'm like, give me a night. I'll do it. Squeeze it in. I got you. But yeah, honestly, it doesn't even feel like that much hours. How much?
Yeah, I just started, but I have around 7 hours, maybe like 7.5 hours.
I know I had 100 last year, and then I'm not really sure about freshman year, but I mean, I feel like it. I haven't started logging them. I should probably get on that, but I just forget. I just forget every time I do it. I just like do it, like Tessa said, like it's not like every day. Like you just do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say like around that though.
Yeah, I think it comes from their heart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, the one thing that I always like to tell folks is the best ability is availability, and especially young people. Half of the battle is showing up. Like, if you're just in the room for someone that you care about, an organization that you care about, that means the world to people. And people remember that. So, you know, whether it's in school, whether it's in college, whether it's in life, availability is one of the best abilities, and showing up for the people that you care about, being reliable and being there and present will get you so far. So if there's any advice I can give you in your future, it would be that. But I seem like I don't even need to give you guys that advice. So what's one thing that you wish every student in Moorestown and our wider communities in South Jersey understood about the work that Inspiring Life Together does and breast cancer?
I would say that it's not just about what we do, it's about who we're doing it with and who we're affecting. I think that's like the biggest part. I remember one of the Pathfinder series, I'm not sure if it was the first or second year, but I was talking to Angelina, and it was one of like the most fulfilling like conversations I've ever had with anyone, because she was so open about everything. And like it was like the last time I saw her, we were outside of the community house and she just gave me a hug, and it was like, that means something. You know, it's like, I'm not just doing this for me. Like maybe that's how I started. Maybe I was like, this is fun for me, but now I'm doing it not just for me, but for everyone, for like my community, for what I'm doing it for. And I feel like it's really important to understand that it's not like, you might start it because it's like an outlet, but it's for everyone. So I don't think that like you should stop. I also think that it can be hard to start something, and if you're ever afraid, it's like, oh, I don't want to like be embarrassed or look weird, I always say like bring a friend, you know, because if you're starting, I started with Ella, she was like my best friend at the time, so we just like jumped right into it. So if you're afraid to volunteer, bring a friend, be like, hey, you have nothing to do Saturday, I know what we're doing, and you can just hop in. We're absolutely welcoming. We will put you right in, have you something to do. So I think that's definitely something that I would say.
I would say that in all of the things you do, like even the little things, like the cards that I put together, you're making an impact, like you're making a huge impact in someone's life. Like the people that we help, they're going through a lot, and like even like the small things that we give them, and like we're donating the cards with socks, and like even the small things like that, that's like really gonna make them happy, and it's like really making a huge impact in their lives. So I just say like start like we're like making a difference in our community, and it's just like a really good thing. And like even the small things help.
I would say, going off what Tessa said, a lot of people, like, it's good to get into it, even if you're just looking for, like, community service hours. But I would say just, like, I feel like, again, like, the small things really, like, make an impact. And you may think that, like, just coming to, like, a craft day isn't really going to do anything. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a big impact on the organization and all of the mothers and families that we work with and that we help every day.
So as we move and get ready to close out, I would love to hear from our student ambassadors. What are some words of wisdom you can give to the community? You have any advice? People are coming up with their New Year's resolutions, thinking about what they want to accomplish in 2026. Do you have any words of wisdom or some inspiring words for folks that might be watching? We have 25 people watching. And before we get to that, I'll give you some time to think, to hear some comments. Gina Whitehead said, I'm one of the Gala girls. She said, I'm one of the Gala girls and I appreciate all of this. Spring is an amazing woman. Steve Cindy said, inspiring to see young people involved in this work. Dimes86 said, time flies when you're having fun. I think that's because we were raising money. Janine Law, my aunt, she said, shout out to these young volunteers. I love your passion. And then also we have Adam Nelson again saying, just showing up is one way to help. Anything people in town can do that's simple, that might make a difference. It's just easy ways to help the organization. Spring, I'll let you answer that.
Yes. So ways to help the organization, being present. It even helps us when community members come out to our event to be educated, because when you know information, you can share it with other people. So information regarding screening, regarding getting tested, even knowing that at 40 years old, women can get their mammograms, and knowing that if there's a family member that has been diagnosed, it allows that woman to get mammograms at a younger age. So with that being said, we have Pathfinders events coming up, and they are totally free. It's sponsored by the Moorestown Education Association, and it's fully run by these amazing students. Awesome. It's a panel of healthcare professionals, and there's a different topic, and we do giveaways, there's dinner, we have exercise with each one, so you'll be able to get more information about that. But attending these events will allow you to be equipped so that you can share information out with others. And if you know any woman that is diagnosed and they need a support system, a community to surround them, we would love for you to send them our way. And, financial contributions are always helpful. We're 100% volunteer, grassroots organization, boots on the ground. So we want to continue to help as much as we can.
And before I go to the ambassadors for their words of wisdom, I will say we are at $400. So we are $100 away from hitting our $500 goal on night 2, which means I think we're going to have to up our goal a little bit. But if we can hit it here tonight with the Inspiring Life team on stream, that would be fantastic. So if you're watching, we have 23 people watching. Please, $5, $10, $20, $100 will get us to our goal. So please, and if you donate, remember, you are entered automatically into a raffle if you donate publicly to get Flyers tickets 5 rows off the ice to a game of your choice. So thank you, and hopefully we can get to the 100, but we're gonna go to our student ambassadors for some words of wisdom.
I would say put out into the world what you want to receive. And also, the little things make the big impact. And my final statement is that $20 is worth the Flyers tickets.
I would say that if you have any New Year's resolution this year, one of them at least should be giving back to the community. Like that should be a really important thing because it's always good to help out those in a less fortunate position than you, or it's just really good to give back into the community that gives to you.
I would say just to always be kind, and because you never know like the silent battles that people are facing on the day-to-day, so just to always be kind because you never know what someone's going through.
And my final question is for our leader, Spring Williams. Spring, what about Moorestown, what about the future of Moorestown makes you most excited?
Well, I think we would all say you being mayor, right? Yeah, like you are doing phenomenal things. You are very intentional and aware of the things that need to be changed in the community. And the work that you're doing, you work tirelessly. And this isn't something that is even your full-time job, right?
Yes.
So you have a true servant's heart. And I think that it shows in our town. And I look forward to Main Street. Oh my gosh, a walkable area where we'll be able to enjoy even more of the businesses. I see more life coming out of the community house. So I'm very proud to be a part of the community.
Well, thank you, Spring, and thank you to the Inspiring Life team. I appreciate you so much for being here tonight, and we're gonna be right back for closing thoughts. Thank you so much. You guys did a fantastic job. Thank you. Yes, we have 20 people watching. There was some questions about long-term goals and things like that. Frank, are we to commercial yet?
Yes.
Okay, we are? All right. So, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I tried to like kind of read the chat, but you guys were saying some great stuff, so I And we're back for Mayorathon Night 2. Thank you to the 16 people that are still on. When I had my monthly town halls, we ranged from anywhere from 2 to 25 people typically in person at town hall. But here tonight, we've had dozens of people. We might even have touched over 50 people that have been in this chat with us. So I thank you. But I did see when we were looking at our chat, we are at $450. We are $50 away. If you are watching, if you are one of the 17 people that are watching, please. 480. What is going on, folks? We are $30 away. So if you can help us hit our goal on night 2 while we give closing thoughts, I would be so grateful. And don't forget, if you donate, you get entered into a raffle for Flyers tickets, 5 rows from the ice to a game of your choice if you donate publicly. So we are $30 away, but there was one question in the chat that asked about Inspiring Life Together's long-term goals. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the long-term goals?
Yes, I think that was an excellent question, and I'm so glad that you asked that question. So I mentioned earlier that we want to maintain our community and be able to reach them. So how can we grow? So I have had the honor of accepting the position of co-chair for the Community Advisory Board for Penn Aberson Cancer Center. And in that role, we're able to work alongside of Aberson Cancer Center and alongside of other catchment areas where there's been extremely high cases of cancers so that we can understand the cancer burden. And I am very excited because we applied for a grant for a study to be done and conducted by Penn. So we got our yes answer recently. Nice. So Penn is going to be doing some research and evaluation of the program that we have. And our goal with that is to be able to expand into the Philadelphia area. And we will be a research-based program. So very excited about that. So that is our plan moving forward for growth.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Spring. This is the future of your program is so bright. And anything that I can do to continue to support, we have, oh my goodness, 5 more days, right, production team? 5 more days of the marathon. And when we were discussing this idea, we knew it was, a little kooky, a little wonky. However, it's new, it's innovative, and we want to connect with you as Moorestonians. And that's what it's all about. And we want to uplift the folks. So Frank, where are we at?
I think you should read the last comment.
We should read the last comment. From Steve Cindy. Cindy and I will donate $20 to meet your goal. So we reached the $500,000 goal tonight, everybody. So $500 to Inspiring Life Together only after 2 days of Mayorathon. We have 5 more days to go, and the fundraising doesn't stop here. We are going to continue to raise money. We have to up our goals. When we were talking about this, we just wanted to be able to get the camera set up. We didn't know that folks would be tuning in and donating, but to see you online, to see you here with us, I am so grateful as your mayor. And you have my word that as we continue to go through Mayorathon, we will continue to uplift the fantastic people that make Moorestown the special place it is, but continue to empower our leaders to do the work that they need to do on a day-to-day basis. Tonight was night 2 of Mayorathon, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Have a great night at Moorestown. Thank you so much.